Yeah. Welcome, welcome. Hello, y'all. Hello. Woo! We are in the building tonight. We are in the building. Thank y'all for coming. I just got to start off. I am feeling really good. And I'm going to tell you the reasons why I'm feeling good is because we're getting ready to come into another brand new year. So I got to say welcome. If you are new to the channel, welcome, and we hope that you can join us again. If you are a regular subscriber, follower, or even a trench watcher, then we got to say welcome again. Tonight, for all of those white extremists and you know those so-called governmental officials from Kentucky, if you are watching, we want you guys to come on in too, because I need for y'all to go ahead and get your drinks, get your snacks, and for Kentucky, don't forget to bring your crackers. You know what I'm saying? You know them cracker friends. Anyway, tonight, I got to share this with everybody. Tonight is going to be my last video for the year of 2022. Yes. I know. I know y'all wish I could do a video every single solitary day, but I can't do that, y'all. But so tonight is going to be my last video for 2022 because I need to set it off and make it good with a bang. Over this year, I have shared over 21 videos to where I have taught the general public as well as my students about how the government codes were being used against our people. For anyone who has been following me and my channel, you are more than welcome to go back into my video archives over the next 2 weeks that I will be gone. All of the music that will be played will be taken from my band's playlist, and we will be performing, yes, the Sapphire Blue Notes. If you have not seen my band in their rarest form, we have a couple of videos up there in the archives where they were doing the damn thing. Well, they're going to be doing the damn thing again coming up in 2023. Ooh, that's a tongue twister. So you guys got to check it out because we might be coming near a town near you. Please note again, I know, but this is the last video that I will be making for 2022. I will be going on my little bit of a vacation break. I will be traveling, visiting other queens, and also I will be getting some more of my dental work done. Hopefully, I can get the dental work completed to where I can get back on my screen and look, is give everybody that beautiful smile. Okay, now let's get it on. Let's get it on. I got some food tips. I got some health tips. So, if you guys want to get your paper and pen, because y'all know how I do. Y'all know how I do. I am the queen of radio. I am the original queen, and I am good for dropping a bag of jewels. And if you don't have your paper and your pen, then you cannot blame nobody but yourself, because that's what I'm going to do throughout this program, as we set forth. And if you are in the building, then go ahead and I will probably be dropping the link just a little bit later. Right now, get comfortable. If you are in the trenches, then come on down, because we got a lot to chop it up and talk about this evening. Starting off, this is what I heard in the news. There is a beautiful, beautiful lady by the name of Layla Ali. And if anybody know how to get in touch with Miss Miss Ali is the daughter of Muhammad Ali, and Muhammad Ali lived in Kentucky. Now, it has been shared with me that Miss Layla Ali is having problems with getting her rights to her father's estate, or claim to her father's rights to use her father's name on, promotional items. Okay, well, let me say this. If anybody can get a word to Miss Ali, I want her to know the reason why she cannot use her daddy's name is because her daddy's name has been stolen. And she will need to find out who has did the stealing and get her rights back in order for her to go ahead and be, get her daddy's name, because she loves her daddy. And every girl, every child has, if you have been raised by your father, everybody loves their daddy. Daddy is the big kahuna in the house, So if anybody can get the word out to Miss Layla Ali, you need to go and find out who stole your daddy's name, because they had stolen your daddy's name way back when Mr. Muhammad Ali was still boxing. So that tells you how far back you're going to have to go in order to find those criminals. Okay. Now, moving on. Okay. As I was getting ready to do, the food tip. I gotta this is the time where we are doing a lot of cooking, and I get cooking. I get people to ask me, Queen, how do you do this? How do you substitute this? How do you do that if the recipe calls for that? So I'm gonna give y'all 2 food tips that y'all can do for this holiday season. How do you do an alternative making for buttermilk? Okay, that was the question that was asked to me from my students that is learning how to cook. How you substitute buttermilk is to take regular milk, regardless of whether it's skim milk or whole milk or fat-free milk. You take regular milk and you put 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. Okay, that is the recipe for making homemade buttermilk. Homemade buttermilk can be made by having regular milk with 2 teaspoons of lemon juice, and then you stir it, and you'll see that it will collaborate. You'll see the butter and everything else formulate in the milk, and now you have an instant buttermilk if you don't have buttermilk on hand. Another great food tip that is going around for the holiday season: how do you get extract? Like your vanilla extract, your lemon extract. Well, let me tell you how I not pay the price. Because y'all know, y'all go in the store, y'all see the vanilla extract, and it's what, $7? $7 for the real vanilla extract. Well, let me tell you how you can cut corners on that. I'm gonna show you how to. This is real simple, okay? Because I'm gonna be giving y'all some, some more jewels throughout this program. But for cooking, since everybody is in that cooking season, I thought I should, share these types of things. Now, the way that you get instant extract, the reason why it's called imitation extract is because they are draining the vanilla bean. They're draining it with water instead of oil. Now, if you take two teaspoons, I keep making a mistake of saying tablespoons, not tablespoons, because it will be an overkill. You got to use 2 teaspoons of whatever of your favorite oil. It could be olive oil. It could be whatever oil that you like the taste of. But if you don't want the taste of the oil, then I really would suggest that you use vegetable oil. You use 2 teaspoons of vegetable oil and you add it to the imitation vanilla flavor, and you will get the real vanilla extract. The reason why it's imitation extract is because it doesn't have any oil in it. If it had oil in it, then you would be saving yourself about $5 on the vanilla extract, and that goes for any extract. So I hope that kind of helps everybody. Now I got some I got some health tips that I got to share with y'all. And I thought about this before we get into the new year. Now, as older, for us older women, our older women, tend to have our pigmentation, the pigmentation in our skin, it starts to go south on us, just like everything else goes south on the body, the older you get. Now, I have found a soap, and y'all can probably write this down for all of my melanated people. There is a soap called the African Black Soap. Okay, let me say that again. It's called the African Black Soap. You can find this soap in any regular grocery store. Some of the Walmarts carry it, some of the Targets carry it, some of the CVS stores carry it. So it's in a regular store. It's not in a health food store, but it is by your perm kits and your black hair care products. There is a African soap called the Black African Soap. Now, what it looks like a bar of chocolate, okay? And it lathers. I'm telling you, this stuff feels really great, y'all. If you got some melanated skin that you want to have glistening and looking real pretty, I don't care what age you are, this soap is off the chain. I'm telling you, I've been using this soap for the past, I'll say maybe a year and a half. And people ask me all the time, what makes my skin glow? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's called the Black African Soap. It's a black soap that looks like a chocolate bar. But you can't eat it. Okay. I know it looks like chocolate, but you can't eat it. So, but I'm telling you, it gives you that sensation. It gives your face that smoothness. And I'm just telling you, it works wonders for any type of person who has melanated skin. It has all of the minerals and the proteins and the vitamins to keep our skin in a melanated state. Okay. And also another thing that I have gotten rid of is the microwave. I'm going to tell y'all something about the microwave. And I think I've said this on one of my other past videos. The microwave is not good for cooking. The microwave, if you're going to use the microwave, use it for warming up your food or whatever, but do not cook. Do not cook a meal. I'm seeing all of these young people. These young people is going to give their ass cancer by the time they turn 30. Because microwaves has been found to what is the word I want to use? Burn out your white and red blood cells to where they are not able to function for you. So I keep telling people, stay the hell away from that microwave. Do not cook a meal. And I don't give a damn how many of your special TikTok. I get so damn sick and tired of these young people telling me, oh, Auntie Linda, you have got to try this TikTok recipe. I am not trying no damn TikTok recipe where you got to cook a meal in a damn microwave and burn out off of my cells. I'm not doing it. So miss me with that one. So, but anyway, that is one of, one of the ways you can do that. Okay. I want to tell everybody to come on in. If you are sitting in the trenches, we're going to be here a while, y'all. I know we're going to be here a while because like I said, I'm going to set it off up in here. I'm going to set it off because I got a lot of information that I need to share. So I need for you guys to give me those thumbs up to keep this video in the algorithm of the YouTube channel. I need to see them thumbs go up, y'all. I don't want to hear about y'all. Oh, I forgot to give the Queen of Radio and the Queen Bees a thumb up. So I need for you guys to get those thumbs up. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. Okay. And later on, I will, if anybody, wait a minute, let me, before I forget, I am going to drop the link for anybody who wants to come in on, anybody want to chop it up with me for tonight. I want you guys to have the link in case you guys want to come in and share some things, and we're gonna have an open discussion as we move forward. But before I do that, I need for everybody to click like and subscribe to the channel. And stop being a trench watcher. I know, see, those are the trench watchers. Those are people that act like they're too afraid to come in and talk, but they have a lot to say in the email. They'll send me an email before they so I call them the trench watchers. The trench watchers, you guys are okay too. But anyway, I'm going to start sharing some things. Yes, come on in if you see the thing. I'll get to the what they call it, the chat room, just a little bit towards the end, but because I got a lot of information that I need to share this evening. Okay, tonight I want to talk about part one because we got 4 parts that we're gonna chop it up this evening. Part one, I need to talk about where did white people come from? Yeah. See, I how. Jay, when Jay does his morning mental, he says these are things that has been on his mind in the morning. Well, this is my question for the evening. Where did white people come from? See, they have been following us. They have been following, they've been following black people for what, 4,000 years, and they, in the history books it says that black people has been brought over here on a boat. Okay, y'all heard the stories. We all heard the stories of how our ancestors and our people, our family has been brought in on a boat. Okay, well, if that is the case, my question is this: where the hell did white people come from? And I think it's time for us to start doing a little bit more digging into their history, because they too damn interested in our history. Now, I'm going to tell y'all and y'all probably, and I can see y'all right out there. I see y'all giggling. I see you giggling. I see you giggling. Y'all are going to find this to be very interesting because y'all know I'm nosy as hell. What I found out, and I have to break it down because y'all know me. When I do something, I'm going to come with the receipts. Y'all know that. I'm gonna come with the receipts, and I got to, as I educate myself, I got to educate the public and educate my people on. We need to do a lot more history about where white people come from. Now, this is what I found out. I looked up. I did some real digging. I went through the history books. I went to the library because I wanted to make sure that all the stuff that I was looking up was going to coincide before I talk about this topic. Where the hell did white people come from? Now, the word Caucasian. Now, this is the first thing I found out. I found out that the white is not even a color. Okay, white. When you say, oh, that's a white person. No, that's really not a color. Okay, so I had to get that understood. Like, okay, so we got white, and white is not a color. So what exactly is it? So then it led me to the word Caucasian. Now, we all heard, when you fill out an application or documentation, they ask you, what is your race? Are you Black, African American? Are you Indian? Are you Mexican? Are you Latino? What exactly are you? And then there's that word called Caucasian. We've all seen it, right? Okay. Well, this is what I had to do. I said, okay, now we got the word Caucasian. This is what I have found out. They stated, and this is from a resources of several different books. This is not coming from a Google search. This came from a series of different history books about where the hell did white people come from. I mean, I feel that it's only fair that if you're going to do the history on my Black people, then I need to do the history on y'all. I think that's fair, right? Okay. Well, this is what I found out, y'all. The word "caw," okay, I'm y'all in Caucasian, the CAU. Let me tell you, y'all gonna laugh at this, y'all. I swear, y'all gonna laugh at this. Y'all gonna think this is funny, but I didn't really think it was funny. But if you got a sense of humor, you can go ahead and laugh at it. But the word "caw," CAU, it's stated in the history books of explaining to me as to what the word "caw" means. Caw means that it is an alternated species that has been added to the original human race. Wait a minute, let me say that again. Let me say it again because I was surprised. I was just as shocked as you guys were. It says, with the history of what white people are, it says the "caw," the CAU at the beginning of the word, it is an alternative, it is an alternated species that has been added to the original race. And then, wait a minute, wait, it goes a little bit further than that. Now, the Caucasian, the Cajun, the CASIAN says that is a level of percentage of being Asian. Oh, so technically, basically what you're saying is you're an alien. You're a mixed breed. You're a dog. Well, no, not a dog, because even a dog has a little bit more. But okay, so Caucasian means it is an alternated species that has been added to the original human race with a mixture of a percentage of Asian. Okay. That I was like, that's very interesting. That's Sweet Violet said they came from the Caucasus Mountain. Okay, you're probably right. Now, let me tell you what else I had to. I have to have my water. I also found out that with going through all of this, what I also found out is that there is a thing called a UFO. Y'all remember that? Y'all seen the movies. Y'all seen the Star Treks, the Star Wars, Lost in Space, and all that good bullshit. Y'all remember? Y'all see how white people get so crazy over them space movies? I did not know, and didn't know this either. Because you do a lot of searching, you find out things. We found out that I found out the definition of an alien is the same thing as the cock. It's an alternate species that has been added to the original human race. So, okay, so let me get this straight. If white people, wait a minute. So you're trying to tell me that white people are actually aliens? Well, that might explain a lot of stuff, because this is the reason why I say this, because they stated in their own history that aliens is a pale-skinned creature that carries brown not brown, I'm sorry. They carry gray and blue eyes. Gray and blue eyes. Now, it's also stated in history that the UFO had their first crash in Europe. This is how these people got stuck in Europe. Now, I got to think, y'all remember Ron Harris. Y'all remember the great comedian Ron Harris that talked about baby kids and how he used to say, gotta go, gotta go. Well, here's my theory. If this is the case, that white people are really aliens and their plane crashed in Europe, you know, let me tell you what we black people need to do. Our melanated people need to do. We need to go help them to fix their UFO and let their lily white asses get the fuck up out of here. How about we do that? I'm pretty sure we got some black person that is educated on doing transmission. We know that y'all's transmission, your transmission on your UFO, you came down here and you stirred up some shit. And then I got to thinking, I said, wait a minute, y'all remember the movie E.T., the extraterrestrial? I truly believe that's their parent. I really do. I really think that E.T., when he came down here back in 1980 something, and he said, phone home. He had them little two rubber fingers that he put up in the air. I really truly believe that he was calling his children back to their plantation. Now, see, I told you, I see y'all laughing. That's not funny. That's not funny that we are on our earth. I knew that. I knew that. I knew y'all was going to laugh at this. But this is the deal, though. If they are truly aliens and their plane crashed, I figured this out. If they plane crashed in Europe, then I figured we all should get some money. We all need to start a fundraiser. And ship their ass back to Europe, and hopefully their mothership would come back and collect their ass. Y'all know how y'all know how white people are so interested in knowing what's up there in the air. Now I know why they want to be up in the air, because they lost. They trying to get back home. Well, hell, if y'all trying to get back home, what the hell you worried about us being down here for? Because if this is the case, okay, my thing is, look, don't let me stop you from having a good time. Take your lily white ass back to where the fuck you came from, because we really don't need you. If this is the case where white people is really came from alienation, and the P-Funk All-Stars, they even talked about it, free your mind and your ass will follow. Y'all heard the statement. Y'all heard, they had to been talking about the white people. They had to been talking, free your mind and your ass will follow. Okay, so I say, we ought to help them out a little bit. We need to ship off, since they said that we came in on a boat, we can put their ass on a boat and ship their, well, can you do it? Yeah, I guess you could do a Carnival cruise to Europe. We could drop their ass off right there and do a signal up to, the mothership and say, come down here and get your people, because we're sick of these motherfuckers down here fucking with us. Okay, they are not the original people. They are, according to y'all science books and all of your historical books, you guys are an alternative species. That's really, I was like, damn. So you mean to tell me we've been walking around here with instant aliens? What the hell is that? Unidentified flying objects. Well, that was the mothership that crashed in Europe, according to the history of white people. White people's history is stated that their ship crashed in Europe, and the reason why they didn't get no melanation within their skin was because of the way the sun was rotating. The sun was not rotating strong enough in Europe for them to be melanated people like we are. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Man, history is a motherfucker, ain't it? Anyway, I just thought I had to share that with y'all, because I was tickled to death at when I saw that. Now I'm discovering that aliens, because think about it, y'all, aliens is these white, pale skinned creatures that has no hair, it has fur. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It has fur. You got fur, we are the ones who got the real hair. Y'all know when our hair grows out, it is nappy as a brittle pad on steroids. Y'all know that we done broke some combs and some picks trying to comb this stuff on our head. This is the real deal. This is the real hair. You see what I'm saying? Everything about the DNA of a black melanated people brings life to something else. They have been classified as the alternative. They are the alternative species. They haven't even, according to history, they haven't even been considered as a race of their own. I was like, well, I be doggone. Well, shut your mouth and keep on talking. Okay. And then, but see, my thing is they have the audacity. They have the audacity to get mad. You know what I'm saying? They ain't created a damn thing, but they have the audacity to come on this earth called Earth, planet Earth, and want to rule some shit. They want to talk about some shit. They want to destroy some shit. You got a lot of motherfucking nerves. And I'm gonna tell you, the reason why they probably want to go back home to their planet is because they need some cellular light so they can see each other. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, so you mean to tell me, wait a minute, you mean to tell me all this time we've been walking around with these peach fuzz creatures? They can't grow hair. Y'all know for a fact that y'all, and I'm not the only one that has said this. Y'all know for a fact that when a white person get wet, they smell like what? Come on, y'all. I know y'all know. Y'all know that when they get wet, they smell just like a dog. How is it that when you stink, you smell like a dog? Now, see, with black people, when we get funky, you can identify our funk. You can identify our funk with underarm funk. You can identify our funk with booty, your asshole funk. You can identify us with toe jam funk. You can identify what type of funk we are in. But when you smell a white person and they get funky, whoo, it's as if it's like, damn, man, what type of funk are you generating? So, and then your nose, and see, look, y'all, I am very bad. I do not like to smell bad smells. I just can't do it. I will get claustrophobic. Everybody and their mama gonna have to move up out of that room if I have to smell your ass. Like I said, with black people, when we get funky, I don't care what we do, whether we playing baseball or basketball, you can identify what type of funk and where the funk is coming from on that person's body. You hear me? Okay. Now, what else I got to add to this? I mean, I just thought that was some scary shit. And y'all also know that white people are the only people that has lice. Y'all know what lice are. Y'all know that lice is those little microscopic bugs that comes out of the shafts of their hair. And see, this is the reason why I say I don't allow white people to come and spend the night at my house. Now, don't get me wrong. I know some white people. Don't get me wrong. I'm very friendly. I'm very cordial. But it's two things you can't do, boo. You can't drink out of my glasses, and you cannot come in my house to sleep. I will direct you to the nearest Ramada Hotel or the Red Roof Inn for you to go and be on them sheets, because I'm gonna tell you something. They tell you that's Linda, that's kind of prejudice, don't you think? Yeah, well, it is what it is. Every time a white person comes to my house, and I have invited them over for dinner. Yes, I have. I invited them over for dinner. But every time they leave, I'm spraying my carpet with Lysol. That's just me. I don't really care that anybody knows that. I'm spraying any type of disinfectant to kill anything that comes on the surface. That's just me. Now, I don't know how nobody else do it in their house, but I'm spraying with the Lysol. Moving on, and I ain't just doing that because of no damn COVID. That COVID. Okay, we'll talk about that on another another thing. But anyway, I say beam their asses up and get your ass up out of here. So anyway, again, y'all, I need for y'all to get those thumbs up. I gotta say that before I move on to my next part of my presentation for this evening. Get those thumbs up. Give me the thumbs up if you're liking the program and you want to see this in the algorithm of the YouTube channel. Okay, moving on. Click like and subscribe, and please, if you are want the Queen Bees to know of anything, then please email us at queenbeesld1000 at gmail.com. You guys know the address better than I do. But anyway, y'all know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, anyway, moving on to part two. Part two, the Emmett Till story. Yeah. The Emmett Till story. You know, folks, I have a lot and a little bit to say about the Emmett Till story. First of all, I've been watching the news and I've been keeping up with the Emmett Till story, and I think that the protesters is on the money in a sense. They are on the money for going to find Carol Bryant. Now, from what I understood, Carol Bryant went from being a part of Mississippi to now they're finding her in Kentucky. Okay, all right. Well, what the protesters need to do, and anybody that has been following the Emmett Till story, this is what, if you know anybody or if you know one of the protesters, please give them this information that I am going to share with you tonight. Because I stated again, this is my last video of 2022. And then we'll come back in 2023 with all brand new programs and stuff like that. But anyway, if anybody can get in touch with the Emmett Till's family, because Mrs. Till, when I say Mrs. Till, I'm talking about Emmett Till's mother. She did a series of videos that you guys need to find. Okay, when you find her documentary pieces, she has clearly stated, she stated on the record that Emmett Till was not lynched. He was not lynched, and I want to give y'all the definitions between lynching and execution. He was to believe to be executed. Emmett Till was executed, and here's the reason why. According to the original documentation and the real story of Emmett Till, the mother even herself stated that she found 2 bullet holes in her son's head when she had to look at him in the casket. Okay. Now, the mama said this. The mama said, we need to find out. And now his mother is no longer with us, and we want to say, send blessings and bless her soul. But if you think about it, the mama of Emmett Till is actually talking from the grave. Okay, these videos that they have of her, she is telling y'all need to look about the evidence to put Carol Bryant to her death. We ain't talking about putting her wretched ass in prison. We're talking about bringing her to the death chair. Now, if you want to get her to the death chair, the steps that you're going to need to take, you're going to have to demand, the Emmett Till family I'm talking about, they're going to have to demand that they give up 2 things. They're going to have to give up 2 things. The first thing that they're going to have to give up is the files as to where they had hidden that gun that she used. That's the first thing they're going to have to give up. Okay. And then the second thing they're going to have to give up is the receipt, because the mama, Emmett Till's mama, said that the government was holding a receipt to where they had buried the gun. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. From the pieces and from the history of the story, and I tried to follow the story and the documentary and all of these different things. Okay, according to the story and the documentary, They stated that during the time that Emmett Tills was whistling at her, that's when Carol Bryan went in her store under a counter that she carried a gun. Now, if that is to be made true, then that means that her fingerprints is still on that gun. If nobody has uplifted the fingerprints off of that gun, I'm gonna tell you what I believe, and this is from looking at and I did no investigation to it, but I'm just going through the history of the story and how the stories are in collaboration with one another. Now, especially from what the mother had already stated in reference to the death of her son. Now, this was not a lynching. The definition of lynching is when you have already hung the person on a tree and then they passed away, then they were killed. But see, he was already dead before he even reached the tree. See, that's not called lynching, that's called execution. See, execution is when you are using a gun to harm this person or do bodily harm to this person. Now, according to the history, and this all joins up on the same platform, they stated in the paperwork, they stated that Carolyn Bryant had a gun that she pulled from under her counter of her store where Emmett Tills was whistling her at. Okay, so that means, according to the original records, Carolyn Bryant chased Emmett Tills out of the store with the gun pointing at mid-range. When she originally fired the gun, she missed him. So by the time he ran away and her husband caught up with him, brought him back to that barnyard to finish him off. I truly believe that the husband, the reason why it didn't go the way accordingly to the record, if they had gotten all the history that I read, the history has shown that the husband had allowed Carolyn to pull the trigger. Okay, so if Carolyn had pulled the trigger, then that means that Emmett Tills was already dead before they actually did the lynching. Do you feel what I'm talking about, y'all? That was already done by that barnyard. And then it also stated in the records that somebody heard the scream. They said that two people heard the scream. Now, this part is unclear. Was it the scream of Emmett Tills that they heard, or was it the scream of Carol Bryant who was screaming after she pulled the trigger on killing this man? So no, she's not, they shouldn't be trying to get aiding and abetting to her husband. They need to be bringing murder charges against this woman for the actual pulling of that trigger. Because you gotta think, where was that gun? Where was the gun that she had in her possession when she ran and chased Emmett Tills across that field? What happened to the gun between that time and the time that her husband had caught up with him? Obviously, when her husband got in from work that particular day, she probably said, well, I had a run-in from this black boy that was whistling at me and I fired the gun. Okay, well, if she fired the gun, wouldn't that make sense that her fingerprints is already on the gun? I don't know. I'm just saying, inquiring minds would like to know. If I was a part of Emmett Tills' family, if I was a part of their family, and knowing this information that I know, what I would have done was to file charges against the state of Mississippi for aiding and abetting and hiding the evidence and tampering with the evidence, because the evidence of that gun is still in their possession somewhere. Now the question is, where is it? And the second question is, where is the receipt? Because the mama Till had already said that there was a receipt on file in reference to that gun. So the question is, today they need to be asking the right questions in order to get the true justice that they are seeking for their loved one, Emmett Tills. See, I'm nosy as hell, y'all. I'm nosy as hell. Yeah, I should be apologizing for me being as nosy as I am, but I can't do that because my mama told me that when I came into the world. She said, "You nosy as hell." Okay, well, it is what it is now, isn't it? So anyway, I have won. Let me tell y'all something. I have won a lot of cases with being as nosy as I am. Okay, I've won a lot of cases. I've helped a lot of people with winning their cases, even if the queen bees or myself is not on that caseload. Now I will predict. Here's my prediction for 2023 for Emmett Tills. I feel like if they can get that information, they will find their own 72 points of investigation that was never in place. And if they go back and take the videos of the mother of Emmett Till, she is basically telling you where to find it. She's basically telling you, look, this is what I personally witnessed. This is what I've heard. See, this is not a case of lynching. This is a case of execution. And that's a major, major difference. I'm telling you. How is it that they got a record of the 2 bullets? Okay, and my question is, who shot the 2 bullets? Okay? Who shot those 2 bullets? Was there one bullet? Wait a minute. Now you gotta ask the question of this. Was there 2 guns involved according to the evidence of the mother? Was there 2 guns involved? Because the mother stated in the testimony, under her own testimony, she stated that there was 1 bullet that went in the front of her son's head, coming out the back of his head, and then there was another bullet that went on the side of his temple, that went through another side of the wall. So now you got to ask the question: was there 1 gun involved, or was there 2 guns involved? And the only way they're gonna find that out if they make the state of Mississippi to give up that evidence. And if they don't give up that evidence, then that means that they are aiding and abetting in the criminal activities of Carol Bryant. That's what that means. Okay? So if anybody know how to get in touch with the Emmett Tills family, maybe you guys can share my video with them. You have my full permission to share the video for the right reason. I tell you, I'm nosy as hell. That's just the way I do. Look, y'all have to understand something. I've been in a private investigation position for over 40 years. I don't look at things the same way that the everyday person looks at. I look at things from a different perspective. I look at things from what I call a foundational piece of evidence. This is how I look at things. I don't see the things that everybody else pays attention to. I don't pay attention to, because I'm looking to solve a murder. I'm looking to solve a case. And if this is made to be true, that Emmett Tills was shot both in the temple of his head and in the front of his head, then that means that there has been either 2. That means it's been 1 gun that was shot twice, or there was 2 guns that shot once. And either way it goes, that's still called an execution. Okay? That's what that's called. That's called an execution. That's not called a lynching. Okay? And the state of Mississippi needs to be held accountable for misplacing that evidence that Emmett Tills' mama had talked about. She talked about in the videos before she passed on. She told y'all where to find it, or to hold the Mississippi courts and responsible for the death of her son. This woman is talking beyond the grave if anybody would pay attention to her documentation. If you pay attention, she's giving you all of the facts, and she's also giving you where to find the rest of the evidence to support the case. You got to pay attention. I pay attention to the foundation, y'all. See, let me tell y'all something. If I was out there looking to buy a house, okay? If I'm out there trying to buy a house, I look at all that other stuff later. I'm not looking at the windows. I'm not looking at the structure of the room. I'm looking at the foundation. I want to know about the foundation of that house before I buy that house. Because if you don't have a solid foundation, how the hell you expect the walls and the windows? See, all that other stuff is irrelevant. All that, the walls and the windows and all that other stuff, and what curtains you're going to put in it, that's irrelevant. What you need to focus on is the foundation of anything in order to be successful in any mission that you're trying to do. So that's what I'm saying. If anybody can get a hold of the Emmett family, please share this video with them, please. I feel like that for the prediction of 2023, they will find all of the evidence that will support to put Carol Bryant on death row. I'm not talking about putting her in jail, because if they find that gun with her fingerprints on it, that means that she was the one that was part of the execution. Okay? All right. Now, let me get some water. I got to get some water. Thank you. Thank y'all for coming. Okay, I got my water. Yes, sweet Violet. I have my water. I have my water right here. Okay. Now we can move on to the next part of my presentation this evening. Okay. Oh, and I forgot to mention that gun receipt. The gun receipt that with Carol and Bryant's fingerprints on it is also stapled to the original Carol Bryant warrant. Okay. All right. I just want y'all to know that. I forgot to mention that. I forgot to mention that according to the history and the historic of it, that receipt that they're looking for in order to find the placement of that gun is stamped to the original warrant for her arrest. That, see, they talked about her warrant for her arrest, but they didn't talk about the evidence that was stamped to that warrant of arrest. So they need to go back. See, I'm telling you, I look for things that other people don't ask. And this is what they need to be asking. So now, okay, now I can go on to part 3. I can go on to part 3 because I know y'all are loving it. See, I'm trying to, push it on and let y'all have a lot of information. And I have a lot of information to share. I don't believe in wasting a person's time. I feel like y'all came for the information, and I got to be the queen that's got to deliver it. Okay, part 3. We're gonna talk about Othal Wallace and my predicaments for Othal Wallace. Everybody, if you guys have been following, and I have to say this again, I did over 21 videos within this year. I did over 21 videos this year that had shared the basics of learning about governmental codes. Okay, I taught y'all that. I gave y'all the general information. I didn't give you each and every code that there is, because that's just way too much time. And I have been learning governmental codes for the last past 30, I would say. Yeah, I see the white supremacists and the white extremists. They're leaving. They're leaving, but they'll be back, because I'm sure they got to go get their crackers. They'll be back because they got to go tell somebody what I'm talking about on this video. But anyway, if they had enough sense, they would have sat there and then went back, because you're going to miss something. you know, when the crackers leave, they always miss something, and then they come back. Oh well, I guess I'll listen to it again. You know, that goddamn Linda Evans, that queen of radio, that bitch. I know. She don't know she's a black bitch. I know that black bitch. Yeah, I'm gonna be that black bitch. I'm gonna be that black bitch all day long. That's how we do it. Anyway, in reference to Othal Wallace, my predicaments is this. First of all, for anybody who has been following me, and people have said, well, why don't you go back and try to help Othal Wallace? He's also known as Ozone. They also call him Ozone. That's like a nickname. I don't know who gave him that nickname, but they also call him Ozone. Now, for the ones who don't know who Othal Wallace is or Ozone is, this is a young man. I would say he's in his 20s, maybe his late 20s. He is a young man that got caught up with being accused of shooting a police officer in Georgia. It's either Georgia or Florida. I can't really. It's one of them states. I just know that they chased him down from one state to another and brought him back to another state. But anyway, he was accused of shooting a police officer. Now, I will say this, and I've said this in the past, that I had originally worked on his case at the beginning stages of his case until Miss Oliver fired me, or she fired my team from it. And then she exposed us. She blew our cover. She blew our cover with the work that me and my team was doing behind the scenes of it all. So then my PI person, the director of my PI, he decided that he says, well, we're done with them. We're done with Ozone. We're done with all of them. And we're just going to wish them the best. And we still hold that for him. We don't, you know, even though the team was fired, we don't wish him no ill will. But I'm not going to sit up and tell anybody about the evidence that we have found of his innocence. We're going to tell you the same thing that we said about Grandmaster Jay. There is 72 points of freedom in order to get even Ozone free. It doesn't matter that he's in another state, whether it's Florida or Georgia. It doesn't matter. He still has the 72 points of freedom that will help him to be free. Now, in the matter of Othal Wallace, the problem with that situation is this. First of all, and I have to be blunt when I say this about it. I have, like I said again, I have no ill will against this young man. I think this young man is fighting some craziness with the whole ordeal. But there are ways that can pull him up out of it. The problem with the whole ordeal with Othal Wallace is that he got too many people's hands in the pot. I don't know if it's still that way, but I know during a time when we were trying to work on it, he had too many hands in the pot. There was just way too many people going about it the wrong way and doing one thing. Everybody had their own agenda. It was so poorly designed and crafted that people started losing respect for the whole project, basically. And we just, as a team, we are united. We are in solidarity. I'm talking about me and my queen bees now. We are in solidarity. If one don't agree, then that means all of us don't agree. So we kept seeing that there were too many hands. Everybody had their hidden agenda with what should have been going on for Othal Wallace or Ozone, whatever. You had people that wanted only to deal with the money. They wasn't looking at the fact of this man's innocence. They were looking at the fact that they wanted to play around with gaining money from a situation and a circumstance that had absolutely nothing to do with them. They wanted to bring in, and I'm not going to get out into name calling. I'm not going to do that. because they know who they are. As a matter of fact, me and my PI person was in a private meeting with these individuals when we found out that they were not on board for ozone. They were on board for how much money they could raise and steal the money from ozone. So they wasn't really interested in learning how they could go about freeing this man. They were more interested in how much money they could pocket and then give the leftovers to ozone. So I said I can't swing. No, I couldn't flow with that. I cannot, and this is just me personally. I can't sleep at night knowing that I have taken advantage of anybody. I just can't do it. If I, like I said in all of my videos, if I've done something wrong to anybody, if I offended anybody, I would like for them to pull me to the side and say, "Hey, Linda, look here. I need to holler at you for a minute. Let's chop it up about, this, that, and the third." And I will give people the benefit of the doubt. You don't get up on a public platform and then you blew my whole team's cover. Yeah, I sat up there and I changed my name during the case because I had to. I was working undercover. I'm not going to go in there. If I'm working undercover on behalf of you or somebody that you care about, I'm not going to go in there and use my damn real name, because my real name, everybody knows me as the Queen of Radio. They know me as the Queen Bees, or what, the creator of the Queen Bee. What would I, if I'm going undercover to help save your ass? Why in the hell would I go in there with using my own name? That makes no sense. And that doesn't make a person a scam. That makes a person smart and being 2 steps ahead of the game. And if you don't understand how to be a private investigator, then give it to the person that knows what they're doing. That's how you do that. So this is my predicament. This is what I feel. If Othal, Wallace, or Ozone don't get a private investigative team and hire a private investigative team immediately, then he's going to be stuck there. Regardless, he's going to be stuck there. The foundation of any evidence has to be with a positive, strong private eye team. And if you don't have that private eye team, you're doomed. You're doomed. I don't give a damn. Now, see, this is what I noticed with his case. I noticed with his case, he wanted a Rolls Royce. He wanted a Rolls Royce legal defense on a Toyota budget. You can't get a Rolls Royce on a Toyota budget. You have to go with what you can afford to do. If he had gotten if Ozone decides to get a private eye team on board, and I'm gonna tell you how much that costs. A great private eye team costs about $25,000. That will get you about anywhere between 8 to 10 people that will work on that case from every foundational point to help bring his freedom. All you need the attorneys to do is to deliver it to their courts. That's all the attorneys is really supposed to be doing. The attorneys is not going to be boots on the ground and go out there and roll up their sleeves and get the evidence that is supposed to be gotten. The attorney's job is to get with a private eye team to give them the evidence that they need to have in order to get that man free. That's just the bottom line. So Ozone wanted to come in and wanted to have the fancy bells and all the bells and the whistles, but whoever that Diamond and Funk, I don't know, whoever Diamond and Funk was, they did not want to create a blueprint in order to get their freedom or get this man's freedom. They wasn't interested. All they were interested in is, oh yeah, we got a wonderful name out there. Our name stands behind it. But if you can't create a blueprint that's going to help this man to become free, then it's like throwing your money away. I'm not going to throw my money at a legal team that can't give me a blueprint on how they're going to save my ass. I don't that maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just my way of doing business. I'm not going to hire and here come uh Diamond and Funk talking about, well, we need $1,000,000. They went from needing what was it, $150,000 all the way up to $1,000,000 in order to represent this man and helping him to regain his freedom. Why? Okay, the evidence is not going to change. The circumstances is not going to change. The evidence is still going to remain the same. The truth is not, I don't give a damn if you take the truth and you throw it up against a wall, it's still going to come back the truth. And if I'm wrong about that, then you can tell me I'm wrong. But I don't know any time when a person can throw the truth up and it comes back another way. That just doesn't happen. You're spending what you're doing is hiring a brand name without the quality behind the work. It's throwing money away. You're actually throwing money away. I mean, if Garfunkel and whoever the hell they are, if they can't prove to me that they got a strategy plan and working with a private eye team in order to help bring the 72 points of freedom into play, then what the hell I need to talk to you for? If you got plenty of other ways that you can spend money and get your money where it's an investment. I mean, if you got to spend that kind of money, spend it on something that you're going to get something out of. Because spending it just because it's a brand name and the shit don't work, that makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. So, with that being said, my predictions for 2023, if Ozone don't get him a solid PI team in place, you're going to spend $25,000 for just the PI team alone. Okay, that's how much a good solid PI team costs. It doesn't cost you $50,000 for a PI team, not for his case, not for his type of case. And if then after you get your private eye team in place, then you start shopping for an attorney that's willing to deliver it and is willing to get paid by the hour, not by a flat fee. And I'm gonna tell you the difference between hiring an attorney per hour versus the flat fee. See, if you let me tell you what's gonna happen, and this is real talk, y'all. This is real talk. If you give an attorney $150,000 and they don't give you a blueprint, you just put their whole family and paid their mortgage for their house. And that's a house that you're not even living in. I'm just being real about it. What sense does that make to spend $150,000 when the evidence has been clearly given to you by the people on the ground? The people that's working that is the PI people. The PI people don't never get credit for shit. They don't get credit. They're the ones that's the boots on the ground. They don't get credit for shit. All they do is do the work, just like the queen bees. They do the work, hand it over to the attorneys. The attorneys is the one that want to dress it up, put a dress on it, make it pretty, and deliver it to the courts and say, bam, this is the reason why this man needs to be free. So I'm going to say this, for the prediction of Othal, Wallace, or Ozone, whatever y'all want to call him, if he don't get a private eye team on his case right away, because from my understanding, he's going to be coming to court in April of 2023. His case is coming up for April 2023. If they don't get a private eye team on board, they're fucked. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't give a damn who you hire as far as an attorney. because what you need to do, get an attorney that is willing to work by the hour. Because the reason why I say by the hour, because all they're doing is taking the evidence and submitting it to the court. That's all the attorney is doing. That's all they're getting hired to do. They are being hired to be the voice piece of the work that has already been done. Now, in all honesty, you might have to spend, I don't know, an additional 25,000 or maybe even 50,000 for a quality legal team to keep your ass out of jail or keep your ass out of prison. And okay, so now if you got your 25,000 for the private eye team, and then you got another 50,000 for your legal team, what are you out of? You're out of $75,000. That's less than $100,000, and the information is not going to change. The evidence is not going to change. People are sitting up here believing this hype. Oh, well, he's been put on death row. There's a reason why he was put on death row, and I'm not at liberty to tell you why. Okay? Because they're not my case. They're not my client. They're not the Queen Bee's client. I know the reason why he got put on death row. I know exactly the reason why he was put on death row. But I wasn't hired for the case. My team was fired from it, and we're not at liberty to tell the end to his story. That's not my job. And I really, and God, I keep this man in my prayers. I really do. I have nothing but the respect and love for my fellow man in reference to this matter. Now, to answer anybody's question, can Ozone be set free? He sure can. He sure can. He very much can get free. Because, and the only way he's going to be set free, if his 72 points of freedom is on spot on. And if he gets a private eye team on board to do the work that any private eye team can do, he can count his blessing and tell the state of Florida. Is it Florida? I think it's Florida. He could tell the Florida to kiss his ass and keep it moving. He really could. So with that being said, my predicaments for Othal Wallace, I'm hoping that he stopped looking at the shiny glass that's being dangled, the shiny carrots that's being dangled in his face for whatever these fancy companies, if they cannot give you the blueprint on how they're going to get you your freedom, then you're pretty much blowing smoke up his ass. That's what you're doing. You're blowing smoke up his ass, and who is he going to trust? Who is he going to trust? You have to look at the people that's around him kind of side-eyed. You got to look at them kind of side-eyed and be like, okay, this man is fighting for his life, and y'all sitting up on y'all's ass worried about a goddamn fundraiser where y'all can steal the money. That, who is that benefiting? So I'm going to keep this young man in my prayers and hope that he can get the true freedom that he is rightfully deserving of. And another thing, keep the whole case out of the media. That's another thing I need to say in reference to Ozone. He needs to keep his whatever's going on behind the scenes. He needs to keep that shit out of the media, because the media has a way of distorting shit. They'll take one little piece of information, and then they'll run with it and change it up, and then now you're looking at another lawsuit because that's called slander and defamation to that person's character. Okay, and I want to make this known in reference, now that I'm talking about slander and defamation of character. Whoever, let me pull this up. Whoever Susan Crock is, who has been posting videos in reference to Grandmaster J and the NFAC being a terrorist group and a hate group, your ass is going to be sued. Okay, so keep doing that bullshit that you call yourself doing. Whoever Susan is, or this, she calls herself being a part of some poverty law thing or whatever. Keep doing that bullshit. And that guy, and also for the guy who has been posting the videos where you are making Grandmaster Jay to be bisexual, when Jay finds out, and when Jay actually sees that video, it's going to be hell to pay. I'm just going to let you know. See, if I was Jay, I would have somebody on top of that type of shit while he is unavailable. Okay, but I'm gonna get into that in just a little bit. Because I kind of got off course. I'm gonna bring that. If y'all want to remind me to talk about that, I just wanted to know, to let that woman know, her name is Susan Crockett Croak. Your ass is gonna be sued, and that bastard who put that bisexual video up there about Grandmaster Jay, your ass is gonna be sued too, especially when he finds it and gets a hold of it. So now, but in closing marks for Othal Wallace, these are my closing remarks. For anybody that knows of the Othal Wallace case, if he gets a superb private eye team on board and make the payments, you can make payments. You have to, with a private eye team, you would have to give a percentage down. That depends on that private eye team. You would have to make out a payment plan with that. If you can get that type of money, well, it's not really a whole lot of money. It's just enough money in order to help him to get his freedom. So, in closing, my predicament, I'm predicting that they need to do a lot of changing on behalf of Ozone and the Othal Wallace situation. They need to do a lot of changing, and they also need to keep the media out of their personal and private affairs. So that's what I got. That's my 2 cents on that. And yes, I do know a lot about his evidence. I truly do, but it's not my job. I can't get involved with that for reasons of not only the queen bees were fired from it, but the queen bees don't even want to go back to it. There's like under no circumstances whatsoever, because at that time there were too many hands in that pot. So this is the reason why I say we're going to wish him well. Okay. All right. Now moving on. So part 4. Part 4. Well, part 4 is I'm going to talk about my predicaments for Grandmaster Jay. Okay. But before I talk about my predicaments, wait a minute, I gotta get some water. Wait a minute, hold on, y'all. I gotta get my water. Okay. Before I get into that, which is the last part, and then I'm gonna go into my chat room. After I finish this part up, I'm gonna go in my chat room and I'm going to invite anybody who wants to come on the screen. And I want to give a big old shout and a hug. Want to give a big shout out and a big hug for Black Star, who came on to my video, on the last video that I did. I mean, she mopped the floor with it, and I got to send her love wherever she is in the universe. So if Black Star, if you're out there, I'm sending you a big old country Kool-Aid hug, my girl. You have really showed your support, and I have nothing but love for you and all of the other elders in reference to that. So I see my other beautiful queens in the building as well. Okay, getting on the last part of my presentation this evening, I got to talk about another part before I talk about Grandmaster Jay. Okay, I got to bring up a female. I have to. People were saying, well, let it go. I have basically let it go, But for the newcomers, I got to mention K Money real quick. I got to mention her real quick. And I'm not gonna cuss her out. I'm not gonna dog her, at least not this evening. But I will say this. I have a lot to say in closing in reference to K Money. You see, for the ones who don't know about this whole ordeal, and I have to bring them back. See, I'm in a calm state today, so I can talk calmly about it. I'm not going to yell. I'm not going to shout. I'm not going to get all crazy. I'm not going to get caught up in my feelings right now. But for the ones who are new to the channel and don't know, there is a female that resides in the country of Canada. Okay. They call her K Money. Now, K Money has been a thorn in my side for the past 2 years. And the reason why she was a thorn in my side was basically the mess all got started because of Grandmaster Jay. Okay. Grandmaster Jay was having us both at odds with each other. And the reason why I say that is because he was telling her one thing. At the same time, he was telling me something completely different. Now, K Money got it in her head that Grandmaster Jay doesn't tell a lie. And we all know that every man on this planet Earth tells a lie. And Grandmaster Jay is no different. First of all, I need to point out, as much as I dislike her, well, I won't say I dislike her. I won't say I dislike her. I'll say that I don't care too much for her. Okay. I'll say that. I won't say that I dislike her. I'll just say that I don't really care too much for her. But anyway, the troubles had started in reference to Grandmaster Jay telling her one thing, and then I'm dealing with him on another perspective, this, that, and the third. And then it got to the point where K Money felt like she could tell me who I could have on my program. And then the first time she brought her squirrel squad. She brought her and her squirrel squad. Yes, I say squirrel squad because those are squirrels that can't bust a nut in somebody else's wet dream. She brought her squirrel squad onto my platform about 2 years ago, hooping and hollering and yelling and carrying on about whether I know Grandmaster Jay or not. Now, I felt like I don't owe anybody no explanation about what I know about him and what I don't know about him. And what I couldn't understand was why she was so much in a disagreement with my personal relationship with him. I felt like I didn't have to explain that. I mean, it is what it is. You do what you're doing, and we're doing what do what you do. Continue to do whatever it is that you're doing, and I'm going to continue to do whatever it is that I need to do. So I felt like I didn't feel like I owed her an explanation as to what goes on my platform. But she felt like she needed to come and be irate. I feel like she's very immature. She's ignorant. She has no respect for the elders. Okay. I even heard her tell an elder off where I don't give a damn if you don't ever come back to my platform. I heard that come out of her mouth. She said that herself. She's like, I'll talk to you any kind of way. I can't roll with that. I can't be disrespectful to that point where I'm going to, if I got to disagree with you, there's a better way to tell you that I'm disagreeing with you. Okay. There's a better way. It's a better way. I mean, as women, we're supposed to be women that we should be able to, if she felt like there was something out of pocket with Grandmaster Jay or anything else for that matter, the most respectable thing to do is to say, hey, can I holler at you for a minute? I need to share some things with you. I need to voice my concern about what I heard, and maybe you can shed some light on what it is I see, and maybe we can make a change in the difference of of the circumstance. But that's not how she did it. She sandblasted me. She was all about sandblasting me, coming onto my platform, telling me what I can and cannot do. Then she started hooping and hollering and yelling and this, that, and so forth. Then she made these ugly creature pictures of me. She called me a she devil. She called me she Linda. She, with making me out to be crazy, this, that, and the third. So I thought, I was like, wow, this, this is who Grandmaster Jay is representing for his organization. This is what the people are seeing. You see, I personally feel, and I've said this, I've even shared this with Grandmaster Jay in private email talks that we have had. I said to him, and I make no mistakes when I said this. I said she is a embarrassment. She is a complete embarrassment to the whole organization of the NFAC. She is an embarrassment to you. And the reason why, and at that particular time, she had gotten caught. She had gotten caught with using the NFAC name, tying her name into it and making herself to be the owner of the NFAC. Now, that's a no-no. Grandmaster Jay wasn't having that no kind of way. He don't give a damn how friendly you are. You're not going to sit up on your ass and take his baby and make all these damn videos with the NFAC and your name tied to it and claiming it as your own. So, that became a problem. And I said to him in a very respectable way, I said, you need to start cleaning house, bro. I'm just going to be honest with you, because she got people in her ear. She had people that was coming onto her platform telling her all of the negative things that she needed to do against him. And I'm sitting up there watching this now, mind you. I'm sitting up here watching all of this take form. So I said, oh, okay. So, she called herself loving this man, this, that, and the third. She made herself out to be his wife and girlfriend and this, his lover, and this, all of this. This is all being portrayed, and you're supposed to be professional about how you're representing him. Now, I'm saying to myself that, that's a complete embarrassment. Then she got so far to make these love videos in the middle of the night, hooping and hollering and crying and carrying on about the love she has for Grandmaster Jay, and if he don't do this, she gonna I mean, it was like I stated before, y'all, on my other videos. It was a whole fatal attraction type thing going on with her and Grandmaster Jay. And I really thought, and we all thought, that it was supposed to be for the whole idea of the movement of bringing our Black people together as under one solidarity, under the solidarity of being a people. But that wasn't the case. We all were witnessing how K Money was using all of her, using that platform for her own, what I like to say, clout. She was using it as for clout, because it really wasn't about him in all perspective. It was really about how she has her personal feelings with him. Now, whatever they did, whether they did or didn't do, I don't know, and I don't care. But the thing of the matter is, I think where Grandmaster Jay had went wrong with K Money is the fact that he did not make it clear to what he was expecting out of her. I don't think he made it clear. I think if he had made it clear as to what he was anticipating out of her, maybe it would have been done in a whole different way, in a whole different light. I think if he had made it clear that he did not have any personal interest in her and that this was strictly business, he needed her to do his promotional things or promotional whatever it is that he was trying to accomplish. I think it should have been made clear. This is the reason. See, when your foundation, and folks, I have to go back to the foundation. Foundation is messed up. Then everything else is going to be scrambled. Now, here this woman comes, chasing me down, because I'm not having it. Y'all saw the video. Y'all saw the video that I told K Money that I will get in my friend's private plane and step my ass over into Canada free and clear to do whatever it is that she wanted, that she thinks she can do to me. I made that clear to her. So she didn't want that smoke. Then I had to get to the point of putting the queen bees on her ass. I had to do that because she was sitting up there making these alligator pictures or whatever, she devil pictures or whatever, and she thought it was funny. I didn't think it was funny. I mean, I thought that was very fucking immature. I mean, come on now. Even if I don't like you, I'm going to still respect you on whatever it is you're doing on your own platform. You will never hear me come on somebody else's platform and start telling, well, you need to do this and you need to do that and you can't do this, that, and the third. No, that's not how I roll. That's not how I roll. So, she got very indignant with that. And then here's another thing. K Money wants everybody to believe that she is black. She's not black. Her eye color is gray. Isn't the eye color of gray or gray mixed with blue? Isn't that of Caucasian people? Okay, unless you're wearing contact lenses, her eye color is gray, and her DNA. Wait a minute. Do you really want us to pull the DNA? Her DNA, her daddy is 60% white, and her mama is 40% white. That makes you 100% white. Okay, I don't care how you want to say, oh, I'm just a light-skinned black person. No, that's not going to fly. That's not going to fly at all. You are a white person, and I don't give a damn if you want people to believe that you are a light-skinned black person. You are not. And if we have to keep, and see, this is where Grandmaster Jay, Grandmaster Jay is in trouble with the elders. I'm gonna get on his case in a minute. Grandmaster Jay is in trouble with the elders, and the elders have said that when Jay steps down and when he gets up out of the situation, they're gonna have a long talk with him. He got a lot of questions that he needs to answer as to why he brought K Money into the melanated camp. That's the first question that needs to be asked to him. Why did you bring this mixed breed into this camp? Because she has been doing nothing but humiliating you and what you stand for all of this time. Why would you do that? And here's another positive proof that she's an embarrassment. Yeah, I got to talk about her just a little bit. First of all, she's very disrespectful. She even said it herself. She said that she didn't have a positive relationship with her own mother. Well, we can see that. Because she has not had any respect for anybody on either, regardless of the platform. I have yet to see her to give anybody any due respect to them. She feels like she can talk to people any kind of way and let the chips roll where they may. See, I wasn't raised like that. I was not raised like that. Even my mama and daddy taught me, even if you don't agree with the person, you let the person, regardless, you give respect in order to get respect. And if you can't give it, then don't expect people to give it to you. You can only give what you can only get and receive what you have given out. And I've tried to say that. I said she's very, very disrespectful. She's very disrespectful. She's disrespectful towards the elders. And see, that's another thing I noticed about watching Grandmaster Jay or John Fitzgerald Johnson. One of his pet peeves, you cannot talk to the elders crazy. He got a pet peeve about disrespecting the elders, because I guess in his mind, if you're going to disrespect the elders, what if that had been his mother? What if that could have been his mother or his auntie or his great or somebody great in his family, and you standing up there talking crazy to them just because you feel like you can? See, I don't believe he would tolerate that. I don't believe no man, not just Grandmaster Jay. I don't believe no man would tolerate some crazy ass female talking crazy to the people that they care about that happens to be an elder. That's just so disrespectful. I'm like, you're gonna reap what you sow, because even the Bible says, and yeah, I have to go on this. The Bible says, if you don't obey your mother and your father, your days is going to be numbered and limited on this earth. Come on, somebody. I know somebody understand what I'm talking about. The Bible says this. It's part of the 10 Commandments. If you don't respect and obey your mother and father, then your days is going to be numbered and limited on this earth. And you know how that's going to be limited for K Money? I'm finna prove it to you. She sat up there and took the shot. She sat up there and took the shot after everybody else did not take the shot. She wanted to take the shot so bad. She said, "Oh, I got to take the shot because I got to go see Grandmaster Jay in a courtroom where he can't even give nobody his personal attention." You see how crazy that is? You're going to take the shot because you trying to get to a man that don't even recognize as you, period. Grandmaster Jay don't have time to sit up there and lollygag and flaunt with you in a courtroom when this man is sitting up here fighting for his own life against Kentucky. And here you, wait a minute, and to show you how stupid she is. Okay. Not only did she take the shot, okay, there is a video that she did where she's on a plane. I don't know if y'all even saw the video. But she's on a plane hooping and hollering and tweaking her breast with the NFAC clothing on. Okay. What are you serious right now? Wait a minute. You mean to tell me you came all the way from Canada? And see, K Money put herself in this predicament, y'all. Didn't nobody tell her to do this to herself. She did it to herself. Didn't nobody tell her not to do this. She is a grown-ass woman that has to make grown-ass decisions for herself. She did this shit on her own. You mean to tell me you came all the way from Canada for a man that can't even see you? The man is fighting for his life. That's number one. Okay. You can show your support other ways. What can he do about you coming down to the courtroom? He can't. It ain't like he can sit there and have drinks with you or turn it up. His mind, his frame of mind is all about what all of these white people are doing in this courtroom and what these people are getting ready to do in reference to his life. You mean to tell me you gonna take your lily white ass, and I do say lily white because her background is white. Okay, you came all the way from Canada. Okay, you came to Canada and you got up on a national plane, y'all. She got up on a national plane, frontinizing and showing her breasts and shaking her shimmy with the NFAC clothing on. And guess what? There was no other NFAC members with her. There was no other. Jay could not be there. And once he hear about this, these are the examples that I'm telling people. I'm not saying this just to be mean. I'm saying this as a fact. She has been an embarrassment to both Jay and the NFAC for these past years that she's been there. Because there's no way in hell you're going to tell me, first of all, you wearing an NFAC shirt with no other NFAC members around you to protect you. Who's going to have your back? You're traveling, what, 3, 4, 5,000 miles away from home. You get stuck on a plane, and then you flaunting your breast and your shirt, telling people that you part of the NFAC. I'm an NFAC people for life. Okay, that is not the time nor the place for all of that. That's neither the time nor the place. You gonna get up on a plane? Don't you know how dangerous that could have been? Do you know how dangerous you put your own life in danger by doing that shit? And then you landed in North Carolina, Ku Klux Klan territory. If they wanted to, they could have waited for you to get your ass up off that plane and drug your ass someplace to take you somewhere else, and nobody would have been the wiser. But you're so smart, you're stupid. Because there's no way in hell I'm gonna travel by myself to get to no courtroom for a man that I know damn well I can't see. I mean, I can see him from a distance, but you can't get up on him. You can't get up on him. You can't talk to him. You can't conversate with him. So why the fuck do you feel like you need to get there? What is the point that you're trying to prove? Okay. So my thing is, that was the dumbest shit that I ever seen a person do. You know, there's a time, like I said, there's a time and a place for everything. Everything has its time and its place. That was not the time to flaunt your breast in front of people and dance and shake your booty with the NFAC clothing on. And then you sitting up there crying, and she didn't, and to tell you how much more sense she didn't have. She sat up there and told everybody that she didn't have no toothpaste. She told everybody she was funky, that she stunk. She didn't have no change of clothes. Why would you tell somebody that? Why would you tell somebody that? And then you got the audacity to call me crazy. I may have said a lot of things, and but I've never, ever in my life called myself representing an organization such as the NFAC. And by the way, I am proud of what Jay has done with the NFAC as being the creator of the NFAC. I'm proud of him for that. Now, he may have had a lot of bumps in the road, and that's okay. You can get over the bumps. You can smooth the bumps out. But the thing is, she has been an embarrassment from day one. And I've said this to Jay time and time again. You need to clean house. Let go. Because ain't no way in hell I'm going to have somebody like this representing my organization. No, we ain't going to do that one. We ain't going to do that at all. So, in reference to that, I'm going to move on. I feel sorry for her. I really do. Because you cannot say that you're a pure black coffee and then you get mixed. I mean, think about it, folks. Y'all know coffee is 100% black. And when you start adding ice and cream, now you got to call it iced coffee. Then it's got to turn into a frappe or a latte. Look, let me tell y'all something. I am 100% black. I am Sheba, baby. Okay? My DNA is straight from the African country, from both sides of my family. And I'm proud to be whatever my heritage is. She can't say that. She cannot say that. So my question is, she claims she knows so much about Grandmaster Jay. She claims this. Yeah, she claims, she knows so much about him. Okay. Okay, so here's a trivial question for K Money. Here's a trivial question. And y'all are probably going to laugh at this. My trivial question, okay, since you know so much about this man, what is on his left ass cheek in the south, in the northwestern direction of his ass? I want you to tell me what is that spot? Do you know? I'll wait. See, now that's what you call being personal, when you can ask a question about what's on the left cheek of his ass. And I want you to focus on the northwestern point of the left cheek of his behind. I want you to tell me what's there, Kate. Since you claim you so worried, she was so worried about me knowing and not knowing of this man. Okay, well, since you claim and state that you don't that I don't know him, well, how much do you know about him? I want to know that. I want to know. I want you to tell me what's on his left cheek of his left ass, the left cheek of his ass. That's what I want to know. And I'll wait. I'll wait. You might can even email me the answer to that. Since you claim I don't know him. Y'all claim I don't know him. So the ones who think that I don't know him, I want you to tell me what's on the left cheek of his ass. That's what I want to know. And y'all can say that to be funny or not. I don't really know. But she's, according to her, Jay can never tell a lie. Okay. Now that's a major lie. That's a major lie. Okay, so I'm gonna move on. I'm through talking about her now. I told you I'm not gonna bash her. I really feel sorry for her. And by the way, here's another jewel I'm gonna drop on y'all for this, because even though I don't care too much for her, I still don't want anything to happen to her, because she is another human being. I don't wish nothing bad on even my worst enemy. I really don't. I don't consider her to be an enemy. I just consider her a person that I don't care too much for. That doesn't mean that I dislike her. I just don't care too much for her. But here is a home remedy that I'm going to share with y'all. Anybody who has taken the COVID shot, okay? If you want to run that stuff up out of you, here are the ingredients. Number one, you need to get you a half a cup of brandy. Get a half a cup of brandy. Mix you 2 teaspoons of lemon juice and 2 teaspoons of honey. Mix it with your favorite tea. It could be herbal tea, or it could be your regular Lipton tea, whatever type of tea. Make sure that it's warm. Okay. You drink that. That's back in the day. Grandma used to call that a hot toddy. You drink that as if you had like the cold or the flu. It works wonders. It clears up your sinuses and every damn thing. But this is the ingredients to get the poison of the COVID-19 shot out of your body. Okay. You have to drink 2 liters of alkaline water. Y'all remember when Jay used to promote alkaline water? Well, alkaline water is going to push that poison of the COVID shot to the surface, where it's going to come out. You're either going to vomit it up. I hate to be graphic. You're either going to vomit it up, or you're going to poop it out. And I had a friend, his name is Ken. Ken took the shot too. He was on the second shot, to be exact. And he was saying that it was making him completely sick. So I told him what to do, and he was mad about it. He was mad. I don't know if he was mad at me or me giving him the remedy for it, but he followed my instructions, and come to find out that COVID shot medicine came out in a diarrhea form. But not only did it come out in a diarrhea form, it came out orange. and it was, I mean, he was sick for a while, but to this day, to this one, he hasn't been sick since, because he had to take the shot in reference to his job, and so it kind of like pissed him off, because that's more like a threat. There is actually paperwork that you can file against your employer to have them not to have you to take the shot, but nobody asked me for it at the time. But anyway, those are the home remedies. You got to, and don't come calling me talking about, Linda, give me the home remedy again. You're just gonna have to look at this video all over again, because I'm not going. Don't call me up at 3 o'clock in the morning talking about somebody took the shot and y'all want to get the stuff up out of their system. So I'm gonna say this again. I'm gonna say it slowly. If for the ones who want to write down the remedy of the shot, in order to get out of your body, you have to take a half a cup of brandy, mix it with 2 teaspoons. I keep saying tablespoons. I don't mean tablespoons. 2 teaspoons of honey, 2 teaspoons of lemon, and boil it. Bring it to a boil. Drink it. Take it before you go to sleep, and then drink 5 bottles of alkaline water to push the stuff up out of your gut. You have to push, you need that alkaline to push it up out of your gut. Now, either it's going to come up through a vomit, and you're going to vomit up some brown looking shit. It came out of canned brown, brown and orange to be exact. And then when it hit the surface, it plastered up like a ball of cold plastic. It plastered up. And it scared, I believe it scared the shit out of him, because he was like, what the fuck is that? Look, hey, you the one took the shot, man. But after he went through a cold sweat, for about, I don't know, maybe 2.5 to 3 days. And then he started drinking the alkaline water. He drank one 2-liter bottle a day for 5 days. He drank the alkaline water for 5 days, and it pushed the rest of it out through he pushed that out. It pushed it out of his, you know what? I'm just his behind. Okay, it came out both in diarrhea. That poison came out through diarrhea, and it also came out through him vomiting it up. And when it came up through his stomach and he vomited, it winded up turning into plastic. It winded up turning into a brown orange type plastic that kind of looked like plastic. That's all I can tell you. It was nasty looking. But after a week, he never felt better. He never felt better. And he said that as long as he lived, he's not going to, if his job requires him to take the shot, he's gonna file a suit against the company, because they're actually there is a form where where it's not mandatory for you to take the shot. There are forms that can be filed against your employer if you are in the working class. And so now he knows that. And if they are caught trying to force somebody to take a shot that was really meant to do something else, they could be sued for it. They could greatly be sued for it. So, and the amount that you can sue them for is $100,000. It's $100,000 for each incident that you've had complications with that shot. So that's a little bit of another jewel that y'all can take with you. Also, in reference to Grandmaster Jay, I want to say this to Kentucky. Kentucky, let me tell you, I want to explain this to Kentucky. Kentucky seems to think that I would have to be there in order to be supportive of Grandmaster Jay. I don't have to be there. This is the reason why I have queen bees and beehives. There are beehives that is there on my behalf for me. So let me tell you, I want Kentucky to know, I know I know what you are doing. I know what you're doing, and I know why you are doing it. You guys have taken the liberty of moving him. I know how many more moves you're gonna do. This ain't gonna be the only move that y'all gonna do. I already know. So you see, Kentucky, I know your steps before you know your steps. And you know the reason why I know your steps before you know your steps is because y'all have not changed y'all codes or your blueprints in 40 years. In 40 years, you have not changed your blueprints or your steps. You are doing the same type of bullshit that you've been doing all of these years. And another thing I want to add to this, and this is another thing that I'm predicting for 2023, in reference to Hankerson. Hankerson, this is what I'm predicting for Hankerson. And I'm gonna get back on Grandmaster J, of course. But for Hankerson, because they don't have any, Hankerson and Grandmaster J has nothing to do with each other. I just want that to be out there. Hankerson is going to find himself on death row. This is what I'm predicting. Hankerson is going to be finding himself on death row. So he might as well go ahead and enjoy the last of his freedom, because somebody is going to step up to the plate and they're going to present some type of evidence that's going to support talking about how Hankerson is responsible for other deaths other than Breonna Taylor. Y'all didn't hear me when I said that, but somebody, and matter of fact, let me say a couple of people, I believe a couple of people is going to meet the road in reference to Hankerson. Hankerson is going to be looking at the death penalty, because they're going to find out that he is responsible for a lot more deaths other than Breonna Taylor. Now y'all can put that in your back pocket and do whatever you want to do with that. I'm just saying. Anyway, moving on. In reference to Grandmaster J, Grandmaster J is going to be all right. He's not going to have to serve on those 7 years. Them 7 years is not going to take place from what I'm looking at. And I can't really give any details. I can't give any details as to how I know or why I know, but he's not going to, there's not going to be no 7 years for him to have to serve upon. And I can see that clear as day. So with that being said, just know that everywhere Jay goes, both the beehives and Sheba is near. Okay? Just know that they are near. So with that being said, I got to make sure that, and Kentucky, I want y'all to know, I got a question for Kentucky. Kentucky, the queen bees is going to sting you. Okay? They're going to sting you. My question is, where do you want to be stung? Do you want the sting to come from the mouth, or do you want the sting to come from the bee's ass? That's a question that I'm going to pose for Kentucky. Where do you want that that sting to come from? Because it's coming your way. You understand that? Please understand. Make no mistakes about it. It's definitely coming. But the question is, how do you want it to be served upon? Do you want it to come from the bee's mouth, or do you want it to come from the bee's ass? It's your choice. It's your choice. Now, I knew we were going to be up on for 2 hours. We are really kicking ass here. Okay. Let me see. I want to make sure I've said everything. Okay. Now I am inviting anybody. Is there anybody that wants to come on to the platform to have a comment in the chat right now? I'm putting the link in the chat for anybody who wants to come on to the platform and chop it up before we get out of here. Is the link is in the chat right now for anybody that is interested in coming on to the platform. If you have a comment, question, or concern, this would be the time now. If you come in and I see you in the chat in the waiting room, I will bring you in. You can keep your avatar on. You don't have to show your face. I don't care about seeing your face, no way. But if you come in, just let you know, I don't care about that. So while I put that out there, I've got to go back to the beginning of my chat room. Rising Queen, she says, waiting anxiously to hear from you. Love you, Rising Queen. Thank you for coming, my love. Sweet Violet says, hello, Queen. Good to see you. Good to see you guys too. Sweet Violet says, don't forget your water. To you says, hello, family. Everybody says hello, sis. Everybody says hello. We are sharing the love. To you says, hi, Violet. Glad to hear from you. Sweet Violet says, no, you mean we have to wait until next year to see you. Yeah, Sweet Violet. This is my last video for year 2022. So yes, and the reason why is because I got to get more surgery done on my dental work so I can come back on my screen and smile. And I'm doing some traveling. I'll be vacationing and I'll be, taking care of other business and, hanging out with other queens. So, yeah, I got a lot on my plate to get done for the next 2 weeks. And so, yes, this will be the last video for this year. She says milk and vinegar. Yes, ma'am. That's how you make buttermilk. I've heard that before, but can you mix milk and vinegar to get buttermilk? I have not tried. Oh yeah, that's the substitution. That is the substitution for vinegar. I mean for buttermilk. You put no, not vinegar. I don't know about vinegar, Sweet Violet. I know about lemon juice. Lemon juice is put in milk to get buttermilk. I don't know about vinegar. I haven't tried the vinegar. So let me correct myself on that. I know how to do the substitution for buttermilk. That would be 2 teaspoons of lemon juice in the milk. Yeah. For every pint of milk, you add 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. Okay. And then she said extracts is very expensive. Yes, they are. That's the reason why I have the tricks of the trade in my kitchen. Everyone, please hit the like button for the queen. That's right, Sweet Violet. You tell them, girl. Tell them to hit that like button. Okay. Sweet Violet also say they came from the Caucasus Mountains. Okay, you got me laughing on that one. And she said the unidentified flying objects. She mentioned Robin Harris. Oh yeah, Robin Harris said, gotta go. Hell, if you gotta go, don't let me hold you up. You gotta go. Then she says they are the reason why the world is in the shape that it is in. You are absolutely correct. The reason why the world is in the shape that we're in is because they want to get in everybody's business. They want to take claim to everything. And what they are finding out with the white race, or if you want to call it a race, what they're finding out, they don't own nothing. We have been the creators of pretty much damn near everything on this damn planet. So I'm figuring if you are not a part of this planet, then you need to take your ass back to the planet that you originally came from. And that, I don't mean that in a nasty way. I just mean that in the way that it's supposed to be meant. Sweet Violet say they smell like dogs and suffer. She said they smell like dog and sulfur. Okay, yeah, you're probably right. Then she says she gives the happy face, the smiley face. She said Emmett Till's movie is out now that I think. Actually, I believe that movie is I think that is a remixed version. because they had a Emmett Till's movie. You might need to look up the Emmett Till's movie from the 1970s. That was the original movie that came out. They may have redone it. I remember Emmett Till's having a movie that came out in the 70s where that's when they even gave more of a explanation to the guns that Carol Bryant was carrying. So you might want to look up and see if they still have the Emmett Till's movie from the 1970s, because there was one at that particular time. She says Mammy Till is the mother. Like I said, all I know, I don't know her name. I don't really know her name. I just know that she made videos in reference to the evidence for her son. Rising Queen says, I'm hooked on your jewels. Well, thank you, Rising Queen. You are such a doll. I love you for it. Thank you. Rising Queen, Sweet Violet says, Rising Queen, she does drop some good jewels. Y'all keep calling me the queen of dropping jewels. Well, that's what I'm here for. Shit. It is what it is. Okay, and that's because I'm nosy as hell too. And Sweet Violet says, for the ones who cannot see the chat room, because I've been told that some of y'all can't see the chat room and what people are saying in the chat room. This is the reason why I take the initiative to read what the people are saying in the chat room. Okay. So that way you guys can still be a part of the program. She says, nobody has said this yet, but I really believe that the hospital and the doctors let that officer die so that they could stick Ozone with a murder charge. That officer survived that gunshot wound originally. Sweet Violet, you know what? I wish I could answer on that, but I can't. I'm just gonna say that's interesting. That's what I'm gonna say. There is a lot more. Yeah, there's a lot more to meets the eye for Ozone's case, and due to the fact that I did work on his case a little bit behind the scenes, I can't really say what was part of his evidence. I can't really say. That is going to be for whatever team that Ozone has in place to help him to get his 72 points of investigation and 72 points of his freedom. But yeah, I'm just going to say, that's interesting. That's what I'm going to say to that. And she said, I meant initially, not originally. Initially. Yeah, I feel what you're saying. I definitely see what you're saying. So, she also says, as much as you disagree with her, yeah, as much as I think she's talking about K Money. Yeah, as much as I disagree with her, I'm not, she's still a human being, she's still human. So just because I don't care too much for her, I don't want anybody to have to die or be sick, even though she's made some very, very embarrassing moves per se. So I'm still gonna, like I said, I keep all people in my prayer, for guidance to help them to become better people, because we can't control people. We can only control the narrative. You know what I'm saying? We can only control that. So, to you, no, Sweet Wallace says, honor thy mother and thy father. And that is the truth. We have to give, and that's not only the mother and the father, that has to go for any of our elders. We have to have love and support for all of our elders, because they are the wisdom. They are our spoken wisdom. Those, the elders have so much wisdom and knowledge that they can share with us. And see, I have the knowledge and the wisdom to share it to the people that, the generation behind me, Generation X, so they come to me just like I go to the elders, for the knowledge and stuff. So Yeah, I think it needs to be a matter of learning how to respect people and stop being so disrespectful. You know, she really as a human being needs to work on that. Okay, and stop trying to tell people what they supposed to do on their own platform. Yeah. 2U says, Amen. Exodus 20, verse 12. Okay, if you could shed some light on that. I don't have a Bible in front of me right now, but if you want to give a little bit more detail as to what Exodus 20 verse 12 is, that would be greatly appreciated. And Donna, hello Donna, I haven't seen Donna in a while. Hello Miss Donna, how are you, my love? She says, I love when you go on. Well, she said, I love when you go in on people. Well, yeah, I guess that's what I do sometimes. And then everybody says hello to Donna. Yes, we haven't seen her in a while. And then I dropped the link for anybody. I guess nobody wants to come on, so we're gonna get ready to wrap it up in just a bit. We're gonna do that in just a bit. I pull up music here. Let's see. I'm gonna pull it up. I ain't gonna play it just yet. I ain't gonna play it just yet. I just wanted to make sure I pulled it up. Okay. And Sweet Violet says the choice is yours, Kentucky. It will be the mouth or the ass. Yes, ma'am. Which way they want this? Which way they want this needle to fly? Because the queen bees is ready. We are ready. Which angle do you want it to be? Come the mouth or the ass? Because we got it coming from both angles. You understand? So Grandmaster J is in a very good position, and I can't say no more than that. And I cannot. I know a whole lot. There's a whole lot I know, but I can't devour that. I can't say what I know, but I will tell Kentucky this. I know your moves. Kentucky, I know your moves before you know your moves, because you guys are not original. I know how you're using the codes. I know what you're doing. I know I'm looking at it as plain as day. And I'm going to let y'all do what y'all do. I'm going to let y'all continue to do what y'all do, because y'all think y'all are getting away with something. You're not going to get away with it. And I don't give a damn how you feel about it. Wait a minute. We got a porno person in here. Let me block this porno guy real quick. Okay. So anyway, we know what you are doing. Don't you see the little puppy? That little puppy is looking at y'all like, they don't know we got that ass. We got that ass. Okay. So Sweet Violet says, we are looking forward to seeing your pretty smile. Yes, ma'am. I'm looking forward to showing y'all my pretty smile for next year. This is the reason why I'm using the avatars right now, so I don't have to sit up here with that damn mask on. But yeah, they are doing it in sections for my great smile, as they call it. So I'm looking forward to smiling next year and getting back to where y'all can actually physically see me on the screen. Right now, I just want to be able to, I need to relax, because, some of y'all know that I've been working very hard behind the scenes on a lot of stuff. I can't tell you what I've been working on. I just got to say that I've been working extremely hard, and some of y'all know that it don't stop. My work do not stop. I got a lot of stuff on my plate, personally as well as business wise, and I'm looking forward to having some fun, getting some rest, going on a little miniature vacation, and just chilling. Chilling. 2U said Exodus 20 is honor thy father and mother. Okay, great. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, that is absolutely correct. Oh, my sweetheart is here. Miss Niles, do you want to come on, or do you want to just sit in the chat room? You said we could have a smile contest. She said, "Good evening. This beautiful lady has came on my platform, and she really did the damn thing, y'all. She told me some stuff even I didn't even know. I didn't know that the elders was following me. She had followed me all the way back as when I started as the original Queen of Radio. So she is in the building, y'all. So y'all better show her some love, because that's what we do around here. We show everybody some love. She says, "Good evening, peace, and blessings to you, Queen, and blessings to you, your family." Yes, and of course, as you know, I'm working on the same situation, and we can have a smiling contest. And so everybody is saying hello. Did you want to come on before I get ready to close it out? Did you want to come on the platform? Did you have something that you wanted to share? Because I dropped the link. I can drop it again if you want to come on. She is a beautiful, beautiful, respectable queen, and I love her. She knows that she can come on the platform anytime she feels that she needs to have something to say or something to share. She is definitely a blessing. The older queens are definitely a blessing to all of us. So we appreciate you, and we thank you for coming in and having your wonderful presence with us this evening. And like I said, I'm getting ready to, do the thing. She says, "I'm going to hang out in the chat today, sweetheart." Okay. She wants to hang. She don't want us to see that gorgeous face of hers tonight. So she says she's going to hang out in the chat room. She said, "I just arrived from a very long trip from doing some research on the ancient cultures in the America resting this evening thing." Yes, absolutely. So she is resting. Well, we're going to get, if nobody else has anything else that they want to share, I'm going to, oh, and another thing I'm preparing for next year, my band is getting ready to get back on the stage. I'm getting my voice back on point. I'm getting my voice ready to do some singing. People tell me, "Don't sing the damn song, sing the damn song." So that's another thing that I'm going to be working on these next 2 weeks. I'm going to be doing some singing, and I'm going to be bringing the band back to the forefront. As a matter of fact, I think I might even bring the band up for y'all to meet the band. I might even do that. I have to bring them in sections though, because my band is a 20-piece band. We got about as many people as Earth, Wind, and Fire. So what I will do next year, I will bring my band up and have them to play for y'all on a live video. Okay, I'll try to. Well, I'll have to do it in section because all of them can't fit in my room. Like I said, I got a full horn section. I have a full horn section that's a powerhouse, and I have the drummer. He would have to do it at his house because I can't put no damn drums in here. But what I will do, I will make a point where everybody will get a chance to now see the music that y'all hear on the intro of my videos. That will be the music that you guys will hear at the concert. The music that I am playing for my intro and my exit, that is what the Sapphire Blue Notes will be playing for the live audience. We're getting ready to promote our album. We're putting together an album for next year with some of the old classics. We're getting the publishing rights to some of the old classics like Major Harris, like Love Won't Let You Wait. We've been talking, we're trying to chop it up with what's the name of Gerald's group. I'm sorry, Gerald. He's gonna be mad at me for forgetting the name of his group. Gerald, Gerald Austin. Yes, yes, with the Manhattans. I see, see, I knew. I'm getting old. Anyway, we've been chopping it up with. We're gonna be chopping it up with the Manhattans with Gerald. I call him my older brother. So we might have to open up a show with him, and we're still in the realms of trying to talk to Smokey Robinson because everybody's been asking me about Smokey. So I don't know if Smokey is willing to come out of his retirement, but we'll see what we can do. Sweet Violet said, "Wait a minute, I didn't miss some of my thoughts here." Okay, she said, "We did the damn thing, Queen Sister. We did it together, and it was a beautiful bond of peace and love. That is what we were supposed to bring, the love and hold the peace." Amen. Amen. Absolutely. Absolutely. I feel this right now is coming through loud and clear. The love train. Okay. Okay, the love train. Is that a song? I guess that's a song request you want the band to play. Maybe we should put the love train on the musical list for them to come and play. Thank you for your commentary, Queen, and dropping those jewels that was said by Miss Sweet Violet. And then the other Queen says, "No, my sister, I regret I cannot just pull up in here and need to get some rest, but we'll do it another time. Thank you." Yeah, no problem. No problem. You know, you are family. You are always welcome. You don't need no excuse. You don't need no excuse. You don't worry about nothing. You come whenever you feel like coming. Wait a minute, the door and the light will always be on for you. I love you right back, and I intend to be an honored guest time to time again. My gratitude. And then Sweet Violet says, "Yes, we would love to meet the band." Oh yeah, honey, the band. The band ain't no joke. I'm telling you, my horn section do a whole damn skit by themselves, and I have to set their ass down. I have to say, "Mario, go sit down now." Okay, we heard you. We heard you. All right. We see the horn section like to try to overdo. Oh, and you know, we got to pay tribute to. I lost one of my keyboard players. I lost my keyboard player. He had he was well, and then he took the COVID shot, and they injected COVID in him, and he died. He died this past January. So my keyboard player Junebug is no longer with me, and my other saxophone player, what is his Darwin has passed away of heart failure. So I have lost two of my musicians, y'all. I've lost two of my musicians this year. No, I lost Darren a couple of years back, but I lost my keyboard player this year back in January. So yeah, we're gonna bring that horn. We'll probably I'll probably bring the horn section up first and let them do their own little skit, and then I'll break it up and bring the rest of the band on for them to do their thing and for y'all to hear them. We're going to try to get back on point with our tour. If there is a city that you would like, I know we already got you, South Carolina and North Carolina. We got you. You already on the list. But if there is another town that you would like the Sapphire Blue Notes to come and do a concert, please let me know. Please let me know what city or state you are in, and we will put it on the list because we got makeup shows we got to do right now. We were supposed to have done a show in Aruba. We got a show to do in Aruba that we got to make up for. Because the last show that we did, we were in Belize. Doing the Marvin Gaye tribute. We did the Marvin Gaye tribute, and I think I turned it out. I had 5,000 people on the ship that came out for that show, and yeah, they got me on camera, and I wish they would sell me the rights. I wish they would sell me the rights to that concert I did on Carnival Cruise from 2019. But uh, yeah, I turned it out. Yeah, I turned it out. You know how I do. Um, oh yeah, she said, "Oh yeah, go ahead and sing the song." Oh no, I'm gonna sing the song. I ain't gonna sing it today, but I'm gonna sing the song. I got to have my band to have me back it up though. We can't wait to hear you sing. Well, actually, I sung a song on a very, very old video. I sung This Little Light of Mine on the second video that I did back in 20, wait a minute, 20, no, was it 2018? I don't know. I got it on there somewhere. It's one of my it was, I did a gospel song to be exact. I sung This Little Light of Mine and people were in tears. So it's on video. If you go back into my archives, you'll find it. Um she says the Manhattans, ooh la la. I take it she likes the Manhattans with Gerald Austin. Gerald Austin sung Happy Birthday. He sung Happy Birthday to my aunt. And then she said, oh Lord, Smokey, I'm putting my prayers on. She said, I take it something. Yeah, I told you everybody loves Smokey. Yeah, Smokey. I'm gonna have to shake up. I call him Uncle Smokey because my daddy, with the Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, they had opened up a show with the Temptations and Smokey Robinson and the Miracles back in the day. So I call him Uncle Smokey. So yeah, I'm gonna see if he's willing to drop down. I'm trying to twist Uncle Smokey's arm because I'm trying to bring him out of his retirement so he can sing "Ooh Baby Baby." Because that song was the shit. I'm just saying, Smokey. I have to give Uncle Smokey props. I mean, Smokey make you put your drawers on backwards in pure darkness. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, she said condolences to the loss of your band members, Queen. Oh yeah. We got a Junebug. Junebug was an awesome. Him and Darren. Them wasn't no jokes. The Junebug could not only play. He could not only play the keyboard. He could play guitar too. And Darren had heart failure. Darren he could play the bass, he could play lead guitar, he could play the percussion, and he could play the keyboard. So Darren is definitely going to be missed. We all loved him and missed him, but the new members, they're going to fit right in. They're old school. They're going to bring that old school flavor. We gotta get back and find out what's going on with Earth, Wind, and Fire. We got to find out what's going on with them because we were supposed to have opened up for them on one show right before the COVID stuff hit. So I don't know if we still got that opportunity to open up for Earth, Wind, and Fire. But if we do, that'll be great because I am just in love with trying to meet Verdell. Morris White's brother, Verdell, the bass player. God, I love bass players. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I love bass players. Okay. So anyway, she says you're always welcome and why not? We all need to get on board that love train. Oh Lord. Now you gonna make me bring in the OJs. Keep talking about that damn love train. Bring in the OJs. OJs gonna have to do that song because that's their song. But she says peace and blessings to Celestial West, to Junebug. Yeah, Junebug. That was, oh Lord. Junebug could play that keyboard, baby. And he was, if y'all go, there's a video, if y'all go into my archives the song is called Fop. We fopped last night. If y'all pull up that video, you'll see Junebug on there. You'll see him standing right there at the keyboard. And you'll also see Darren on there playing the saxophone, standing next to Jeff on the other set of keyboards. I got 20 members in my band, y'all. We're pretty big. My band is not we ain't no 4-piece. We're not a 4-piece band. We are a 20-piece band. When we come, we come. And then y'all don't even know. I got some showgirls and I got some show guys that they do the damn thing when they get up there. So Marlon is bugging the hell out of me about getting back on stage. So I got to get my boys back on stage, and that bass player. That I'm telling you, it's something else. I have a bass guitar, but I never learned to play. Sweet Violet, don't feel bad, honey. I got a guitar in my living room right now, and I'm still trying to learn how to play. But yeah, that bass guitar, that ain't no joke. I wish I could get. I wish I could get either Leo, or let me see, Leo or Freddie or Leo. Oh my God, them boys can play some bass. Oh my God, can they play some bass? Oh my goodness. I told Freddie, I said, Freddie, I call Freddie Butterfingers. Freddie is my Butterfinger bass player. Freddie will show up and play for me anytime I need Freddie to play. Freddie loves him some Queen, and I love me some Freddie. Freddie don't mess around when it comes to playing on that bass guitar. And Leo, oh Leo, that's another cutie pie. Oh, good Lord. Woo! Anyway, let me stop talking about these men. Anyway, um, she said, Sweet Violet said, maybe we could learn to play in 2023. Yeah, but you're gonna have to come down, Sweet Violet. I'm gonna have to pick you up. Oh yeah, maybe wait a minute. Larry, my new bass player, he is in North Carolina. He will be coming down here. You have to get on that Sapphire Blue Note bus and come on down when we do our rehearsals for a weekend. So if you're willing to get on that bus, the Sapphire Blue Notes tour bus, Larry will be bringing the guys in from North Carolina. That's the reason why we're gonna start off our shows in North Carolina and South Carolina. In reference to we did a tribute to Marvin Gaye. We kind of turned them out on that one. And she said, "Oh yeah, Smokey got the power to put the." She said, "Smokey got the power to put them drawers on backwards." Yes, ma'am. You know, Smokey got that power with that "ooh baby baby." Sweet Violet said, "Okay, sound like a plan." Yeah, Sweet Violet, I'm gonna have to send you the bus schedule. We have our own bus schedule that we have our own tour bus that will be coming out of North Carolina. And Larry is the bass player. Larry is the bass player, and Larry ain't no joke neither. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something about Larry, okay? And y'all are gonna trip out when y'all see Larry. Larry looks exactly like Frankie Beverly from Frankie Beverly and Maze. I kid you not. Larry looks exactly like Frankie Beverly of Frankie Beverly and Maze. Now, if y'all don't know about Frankie Beverly and Maze, I don't know what to tell you. But don't look at Larry. Don't look at Larry and say, wait a minute, is that Frankie Beverly? That's not Frankie Beverly. That's Larry. Okay? Larry is the bass player. He looks just like Frankie Beverly. So, but anyway, I've been on this thing long enough, y'all. Okay. So she said, sound like a plan. I sure will hop on that bus. Yes, ma'am. It'll be in North Carolina. North Carolina is where Larry will be in charge. He'll be bringing the tour bus down here while he's picking up the rest of the musicians that's coming out of that way. And then so she said, okay, send it to me. Okay, we'll do. We'll do. Okay, y'all. I said again, I'm gonna get on. I'm gonna get up and get up out of here because we're almost into 3 hours, y'all. We've been talking about the band for the past 2 hours. I mean 2.5 hours. So the music again, the music that I play at the intro and the extra is what my band will be playing at our live concerts. So you might want to pay attention to the music. I'm no longer going to be playing other people's music because my band is getting ready to go on tour. So I want people to start getting used to hearing the band play our music and getting ready to hear our album as we are getting ready for 2023. So I have given everybody the my predictions, and hopefully we can continue the movement and keep it in a positive light. I'm gonna say I bid you all peace, love, and y'all know what I do. I do deuces. And here is some music that y'all will be expecting the Sapphire Blue Notes to play on a live stage coming near you. You will guys will get to hear my gospel voice, and you will get to hear my R&B voice. Have a great night, Queen. Family, have a safe and happy holiday. And you too. And we will be seeing you guys next year. So peace out, y'all.
GMJ.com. 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 GMJ.com.